Hello, good morning. How are you? Well, the sun's not out full, but we have a reprieve from the rains. Apparently, we have some effects from the tropical storms right now. You know, we're at the end of the hurricane season, I think. So, Tropical Storm Rafael is blessing all of Costa Rica with a lot of water. So, it's going to be continuing to rain on my parade all week. But right now I'm enjoying just a little bit of a break from it. The biggest thing for me right now is trying to get my laundry done. I don't have a dryer. Every year at this time of year I say, I do need to get a dryer. And then I don't, and then the sun comes out and it's sunny and it's not a problem. And then I come around to October, November again the next year. I was like, man, I wish I had a dryer. When I was in Canada, I was doing laundry at my son's place. Man, what fun that was. You wash it, you dry it, it's done in an hour and a half, and folded and put away. That's exciting. That's a luxury. A luxury I took for granted. Well, how are you doing today? Yeah. It's a big day, isn't it? A lot of changes, a lot of things going on. Well, you know, the thing I was thinking about was a lot of people have opinions and I think a lot of, they have a lot of opinions. I don't know. I think the word disappointment really resonates well with me today. I think people are often disappointed. You know, I think it's okay when you're a kid to be disappointed that, you know, you didn't get this or that you planned on receiving, or, you know, maybe even you're trying to get into college and you didn't get into the one that you wanted, or things just didn't go your way and you were disappointed for a bit until you figured out, it's okay. Life goes on. And, you know, that's the way it is. When we were in Costa Rica years ago, so like I said, I've lived off the grid, not off the grid really, but I'd lived outside the box for a long, long time. So in '95 we moved here with our children and we decided we would raise our kids in Costa Rica. And that lasted for about 7 years before they were older and they left or whatever. Just, you know, we moved on and did other things. So I remember at the time, you know, you were like fish out of the water. We were Canadians. We moved to the tropics, our dream, something we thought would be wonderful, and it was. But there were a lot of things to get used to, you know, no dryer, that kind of thing. And at that time, I didn't even have a washing machine for a while, so I had to use an outside washboard to wash the clothes. That was quite a, you know, that was very different. And getting groceries. Buying groceries was very difficult back then. They didn't have the stores that they have nowadays. And we would go to all the different stores and pick up a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we come home with a few bags of groceries and just think, oh, we don't know what to cook. But I adjusted, you know, and came to love Costa Rica and its charm. But many things happened. And, you know, one person said to me, wow, it's like you got a dark cloud, you know, floating you above you. But really it was about learning and experiencing and becoming more. Really, it was. It was actually all very perfect. Yeah, we went through a lot of stuff because we didn't know how things worked. We were totally, you know, Canadians out of Canada, and we were lost. And we made it work. And we learned a lot. And I've lived in a few different countries, so I've learned that life is different in all different countries. And it works. It doesn't have to go the way I think it should go because I'm Canadian. And I think often it works better, actually. So, you know, I was contemplating that this morning about how we become so disappointed. And is it really our position to be disappointed in something? You know, and especially when it comes to people. One thing I have to say about my parents, I've never remembered them ever saying, Bonnie, I'm really disappointed in you. Never. Never. Even when I decided to move my family away from Canada, they never said, we wish you wouldn't go, or we're disappointed in your choices. No, they never did. And I think I'm really glad about that because I never really thought it was my position to be disappointed in other people. I've never been disappointed in my children. I've never used that word. But a lot of people are disappointed in the way other people act, disappointed in all kinds of things, instead of, I think, accepting the fact that the world is perfect as it is in the moment that we're in. The universe, source, God, created you in the perfect way to experience life the way that you experience life, because you're not me. And you are going to experience life in your way, and I'm going to experience life in my way. And I'm going to see things from my perspective, and you're going to see things from your perspective. And maybe sometime down the road, we will both have expanded and grown and be able to accept each other, and maybe even we'll be on the same page. I don't know. I've always been a very curious person, I guess. You know, why do you think that way? Or why is it this way? Or let me do some research on that. You know, I think when I was a kid, my parents had an encyclopedia, a globe, you know, and that was our entertainment. We didn't have internet, you know, and so we would look things up or spin the globe and see where our next trip would be to or something like that. Not that my parents had money to take us anywhere, but we had the ability to dream. My dad used to love maps and globes and things, so maybe that had an influence on me. So, yeah, I think that sorry, lost my train of thought on that one. Kind of took a sidetrack, sorry. I'm trying to get this disappointment thing out because I really feel that it's not my job, and it's not my responsibility to be disappointed in you. Because I've been a curious person, I research a lot of things. I prefer nonfiction to fiction, always have. And I spend my time looking at all kinds of things. If I don't understand it, I'm curious about it, let me look into that rather than judge it. And often I'm swayed in my opinion or strengthened, depending on what my research tells me, or my gut. You know, I have come to the time now where I constantly check in. How am I feeling? Am I peaceful about this decision? Do I feel good about this? If not, then it's time to, backtrack, go a different way. But I think that we need to grasp the idea that the universe and God have created the perfect opportunity for us to live fully and happily. And it's up to us to create that through visualization or action or whatever it is that we feel that we've grown from. Because I'm here to live my life, and even though I research things and I tell people about my research because I'm excited about it, and then they take a different decision than I do, I feel, well, didn't you hear me? But I am reminded, no, Bonnie, they have the choice to listen or not listen, and they have the choice to make their decisions for themselves. And the outcomes are their decision, right? Each and every person on the planet is here to experience a full and amazing life, I believe. We're here to express life in the way that we were brought here to express life. I do think that we do have a contract probably prior to coming here, but I don't have no proof of that. It's just makes sense to me. And sometimes it takes a bit of effort to figure out what that contract's all about. Why am I here? But all people, not just you and me, but all people, all the doctors, all the lawyers, all the teachers, all the politicians, all the singers, all the artists, everyone on the planet is here for some very special reason, to experience life in an amazing way, to give to humanity or to the planet something that only they can provide. And as I ponder that today, I think, wow, let me allow the people that I see to express themselves in the best way. Some of you know that I have been co-creating a Zoom cast. We're into our 3rd month now, almost our 4th month actually, called Portal to Peace. And this has really been an amazing experience for me, because even though I talk about energy healing and water and consciousness and all of those things, discussing this with like-minded people and digging deeper so that we can really share in great depth, has really allowed me to expand in my own way. And I think, wow, I'm gonna, I used to be a Ho'oponopono girl, and I used it a lot, and I shared it with my clients, and recently I'm like, no, I need to reincorporate that into my daily practice, because those things that I deem not perfect are really perfect. And those people that I think, you could do better, are on their own path. And I have no responsibility to alter their path. And in my opinion, and in my experience, it always turns out amazing. When we lived in Costa Rica before, we owned a small hotel, a beachside hotel with a pool, with a sailboat. And so many things went wrong. Oh man, so many things went wrong. And, we often were kind of like shaking our heads like, what are we doing? But in the end, it was perfect. We learned, we grew, we expanded, and we became so much more. And we eventually left Costa Rica and we went off to the Caribbean and did some amazing things there, including living on a catamaran for 6 years, which was the most exciting experience, really, for me, to connect with the planet and energy. And I mean, it was really amazing. So I think that what we think we're disappointed about, or what we think is not good, maybe we should just sit back and say, I didn't think it was going to go that way. I didn't expect that. It's not what I would have wanted. And just allow it to unfold as it will. And it will always be perfect. And even better than you could possibly imagine, if we allow it. And pray for all the people around. The people we're for, the people we're not for, the people that we believe in, the people we don't believe in. We all need prayers. We all need good energy, because when you pray, you tap into a higher vibration. A higher vibration, and that is sent around the world. It's like the butterfly effect, My YouTube channel, The Butterfly Alchemy, is all about the smallest whisper. The smallest change in energy can change the world, right? And so I think it's really important to try to get off that judgment bandwagon, because really we were never brought here to judge. Were you brought here to make judgment on other people, to deem what's right, what's wrong? Was that your job? Was that your special thing? Is that what your purpose is? Probably not. Probably not. Your purpose is something much more grander than that. And, you know, when we do that, when we complain or we get into discussions that are heated, we lower our vibration. And that creates a dis-ease. And dis-ease can cause illness, pain, tiredness. And it stops us from moving forward at a rapid speed in the direction that we're going. I mean, I like to take the road less traveled, but I like to stay on my path. There's no point in going straight through the jungle. It's tough, right? I like to have a clear path. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking about today. I thought, well, I think we're in this state. It's almost I don't know if you can call it an epidemic. It's a mind, you know, Dr. Wayne Dyer. I love that guy. I wish he was here now. I wonder what he would be saying. He would be saying, hey, this is perfect. Let's go for it. Let's see what's going to unfold. I first read one of his very first books when I was a teenager. My mom bought that for me. Pulling Your Own Strings. Yeah, learn how to be you. And don't be swayed by what other people think or do. Be you. And that was the beginning of my adult life. And I needed that, and I thank her all the time for everything that she's taught me. Because I think, for me, in my opinion, for me, I'm happy and I live in my truth. And that feels good to me. Right? Everybody should live in their truth. Everybody should be happy, healthy. Yeah. That's how I see it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It is beautiful. Look at this beautiful area here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I live in a nice little community that's growing. Oh, I see a big nest in there. Yeah, I live in this nice little community, and it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful on this cloudy day. I came home to a tree full of lemons. Oh my gosh, that smells fantastic. Yesterday I made up a big jug of lemon concentrate for my water, and I'm basically in heaven. There's my vitamin C, catching a little bit of vitamin D today. Does it get better? I don't know. Probably. Probably gets better. So what do you think? What do you think? Are you feeling like, yeah, maybe you just better consider going with the flow, checking it out, seeing what other people are doing, and allowing yourself to really focus on your own stuff so that you can live the most amazing, happy, full life. Release all that old stuff that's no longer serving you so that you can really focus on what and where you're going. Because you know what? It's a journey, and it's not over till it's over. So there's always stuff to let go of and stuff to experience, and life is a beautiful thing, I think. Life is a beautiful thing. Yeah, this is so pretty. So that is what I'm thinking today. I'm all about accepting rather than being in judgment. Accepting it how it is, because the universe has a universal law that says everything's perfect as it is. And we know that. We can see that from what's around us, that everything works out perfectly. We think it's terrible, but in the end it's good. And even the plants, you know, we watch the plants and how they grow, and nature, we can see it right in front of us, how life is always expanding and becoming more. And we need to do that as well. Expand and become more so that we can be happy, happy, happy and feel filled up. Feel filled up. So check into yourself. Are you feeling joy when you're having these conversations over the next little while? If you're feeling angst, maybe you're feeling super happy. I don't know. If you're feeling, judgy or disappointed, what does that do? I had a conversation with somebody today that she was very disappointed in something. And as we had this conversation, I could feel my energy going down, down, down till it was about on the floor. And I'm like, oh, maybe we should, think about this differently or discuss it differently or avoid discussing this. She was retelling a story that, let's check in. Does this make me feel peaceful and happy? Then it's worth a discussion. If it riles us up and we feel unhappy, because that creates dis-ease, like I said. And dis-ease is not good. Not good at all. Anyway, have an absolutely beautiful, beautiful day. I am going to check on my laundry, flip it around a little bit. And let's see what happens. I see a new lot happening down here. Somebody is going to be building a house in my neighborhood. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Talk soon.